doing not much for their share of the £82 million a year that we poor dopes give them every 12 months, which is on top of their so-called private income, which amounts to over £20 million a year, which derives from giant parcels of the country that were taken from whoever lived there hundreds of years ago. I mean, seriously, that's where the Duchy of Cornwall estate comes from. Some ancient entitled royal took much of the country for themselves 700 years ago, and it's still theirs. What about that sounds right? People who live on it today aren't allowed to buy the freehold of their house because Prince Charles personally vetted the law so that it didn't apply to him. People who live on the Duchy of Cornwall estate, created in 1337 by King Edward III to give a present to his son for excellence in being daddy's little darling, are not allowed the same rights as the rest of us because it means that Prince Charles would be financially inconvenienced. So they sit in their homes, the lease ticking down to zero, unable to buy the freehold of their own houses or to sell them, so that they eventually become worthless to them and their heirs. And if there's anyone who knows anything about giving assets to their heirs, it's the royal family. What's right about that? I'd want to get away from that family too, wouldn't you? It's just as the Queen personally vets laws that apply to her. God, wouldn't that be great if we all had the ability to change laws that apply to us? To change the law so that our finances remain a secret, even from the taxman. In fact, how about this? If it was the law that the government notify you of any prospective bills or acts that were going to affect you, so that you could give them your consent, or not. What about that sounds right? Compared to wanting to go out on your own and earn your own money, which is what Hazard and Sparkles are doing. And yet the ones that don't work are the heroes. And the ones that don't want us poor dopes to keep them in the manner to which they have become accustomed over centuries, of just taking anything they want, they are the villains. What a mixed up, muddled up, shook up world, eh?
LBC.